Yeah, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about video in the context also of what's happening in the TV industry. And for that, I think I've been here the whole morning. I haven't seen a single video. It was really frustrating to sit in a video conference without video. So I'm trying to change this now. Let's see if it works.
When heroes fight for your business, when true love is shared, when action leads to reaction, and perfection motivates sales, when goals win your game, and Mother Nature helps you grow, when emotions flood your website, when snippets increase likes, when your point of view is seen by millions, and new perspectives change the world. When content is king, Glomex is your kingdom. The full potential of premium video content, united on one powerful platform.
Okay, I thought video is much better to explain our genesis and what we are trying to achieve than giving you a long, winding speech about Glomex. Just a little bit of background. Glomex is a spin-out of ProSieben. ProSieben is the largest broadcaster network, TV broadcaster network in GSA, Germany, Switzerland, Austria. We have a very big sales house also that sells advertising on TV as well as on digital outlets. We do about 50 billion digital video views. That's a lot of video views per annum. We do this mostly on YouTube because we have one of the largest MCN networks in the world. But we also have about 50 plus online websites and apps where we distribute video, and we have a long history in creating our own technology in that space. So what we did is we formed a new company that wants to do one thing, is create a marketplace for video where premium content owners, premium publishers, and advertisers can get together to conduct business without borders. We provide everything from the whole delivery stack of videos to the rights management, the whole monetization, the whole player technology, etc. We solve problems for publishers and content owners that are imminent, like, for instance, the death of Flash at the end of the year. That is an imminent problem. Ad blocking is an imminent problem. The problem of ad fraud, the problem of how to syndicate content across borders, and also, for instance, the whole problem of quality associated with video delivery on every device. So we are not a content company, we are not a publishing company, but we are a technology company, and we provide a marketplace similar to what Airbnb did for the hospitality industry. We are providing for content. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the motivation behind a TV broadcaster that has been extremely successful, went from a penny stock to one of the most valuable stocks in the German stock market, to create a company like this that is very disruptive to its current business model. Because TV or video overall is gonna experience a disruption that has probably not happened in any other industry, and it's happening right now. And it has a lot to do with the way the consumer is behaving, what kind of devices are being used. Mobile, obviously, a lot. VR is another 360, we heard about that. But also with the attention span that went from long form to mid form. Today, the video views are 2 minutes and less, and that's the most consumed video views in the market. So when you look at TV compared to digital video, here's a story that is, for us, extremely exciting. I don't know why this slide is off, but so sorry for the quality. So if you look at 2011, which was like a few years ago, right, digital video compared to TV was nothing, right? It was 4.5%. This year in the US, it was already almost 30%. It surpassed already social media last year. And in 2019, the time a consumer spends on digital video will be as much as the time they spend on TV. So that is a very dramatic message. It's mainly driven by a change in the consumer setup. And when you look at the millennials that today, this is 2014, a lot older already. Again, you see that the majority of time that these guys spend is already on digital. It's not on TV anymore. And this is just, and in the UK, it's very similar. In Central Europe, like Germany, France, etc., it's different because TV, because of legislation, is still very strong. But it's going to come to Europe very quickly as well. The second thing that is interesting to see is the correlation between the time that consumers spend on TV and the advertising associated with it compared to digital video. And here you see that the time on TV and the advertising on TV is almost in lockstep. But in digital video, you see already a significant divide of about 6.5%. That means that there's a pressure building up in this space that demands that more budgets are being shifted from conventional TV and print advertising to digital video. And this is actually what we are projecting. We're projecting that there's going to be a massive growth in digital video in the next few years, and digital advertising in the next few years. Then the next thing that is really interesting to see is when you look at the content categories that you have. You know, the TV broadcast, the studios, they thought digital is they take their content, they put it on online, and then they have an online product. And it's not true, right? We know that. Your long form on digital is not working very well, right? With the exception of subscription services. And the viewing time is decreasing all the time, right? But what we are seeing is actually that when you look at original digital video, that is video that has been produced with only one purpose, which is on digital-only outlets, no TV. That has the strongest growth. It's about 20% compound annual growth rate. Compare that to UGC, it's flat. Compared to TV online, it's only 7%. So you see that there's a new industry building that is focused on digital, that is video that doesn't come from the broadcaster or from the traditional studio world. And this industry is going to be massive. And when you look at the advertisement awareness in this industry, which means how is advertising being perceived on these different types of video, you see already that original digital video has almost reached the same quality than TV online. So what does it mean for us? It means tremendous prospects, right? We are at the verge of that market really taking off and allowing all the market participants to gain market share in a growing market, which is, almost ideal. I want to come quickly back to that initial statement of what's happening in the TV industry. And this is a chart from Boston Consulting Group. And what it basically says is that the whole mid-tier market segment of productions is losing rapidly at attractiveness for the consumers, and that you either need to produce top-end shows, which is the first segment here, the premium pay TV, or you need to produce very niche content. But the second thing that is really important to understand is, and this is coming back full circle to that marketplace idea, is that there are very few broadcasters, and I would claim also very few publishers that have enough reach to warrant that they exclusively produce only for their own outlets. And that is, I think, the whole reason why we decided to do Glomex. So when you look at all these problems and you say, okay, the first thing that you detect is digital video is very different from TV, right? It's very short, and the shelf life of digital video may be only a few hours, right? Sports news, certainly only a few hours, right? Music, a little bit longer. Recipes and how-to videos, even longer. But in general, you have that trend that the shelf life gets extremely short, right? So you have a mere hours or a mere days to monetize your video asset in order to get your return on investment. However, this is what the landscape vastly looks today. You have large content houses that are studios, broadcasters, etc., that produce content that want to syndicate content outside of their, what we call own and origin, their own websites and apps, right? However, because of the size of the players involved, right, it's only valid for them to address publishers that make approximately 100 million video views and more, right? If it becomes less, then the slice that they take out of these video views becomes so small that it doesn't warrant a direct relationship in terms of account management, contracts, your customer care, etc. So that means that a very large percentage of the market remains untapped. And that untapped market, we consider that the long tail market. So long tail, anything 100 million video views and less becomes difficult for a large studio, broadcaster, etc., to cater to. And the reason is up to now, there are a few sporadic solutions in the marketplace that allow something like this to happen, but there is not consistent a solution that allows a content provider to cater to these publishers and to monetize monetize content on other publishers' outlets across borders. So this, we believe, is about 70% of the total video market, right? You take total video market in Europe, it's about 500 billion video views. That does not include YouTube and does not include Facebook, and you have to discount another 30% approximate for adult content. And that's your remaining video view market in Europe. And that market, only 30%, 25 to 30% is being addressed by these premium content providers. The rest cannot be addressed right now. And that is going to change by enabling a transactional marketplace whereby the marketplace is completely independent, so no ties to any specific content providers, any specific publishers, any specific advertisers, but delivering all the plumbing, all the infrastructure, all the necessary legal frameworks, etc., for any content provider to do business with any publisher as long as they are premium. Why is premium so important? because a premium marketplace is where you achieve the highest eCPM values. And make no mistake, a yoga site that has a few 100,000 visitors a month, but is a premium segment, can be extremely interesting to advertisers. However, you need to bundle those yoga sites in larger verticals. And when you have these larger verticals, you are able to actually sell this in the market. Another example, in Germany, there are about 90,000 amateur sports clubs. Nobody caters to these sports clubs, but it's absolutely premium. Super targeted, it's very interesting audience. They do everything from live streaming to video on demand, but they don't do 100 million video views. Now that suddenly has been unleashed. So we believe that market is growing very rapidly. So we launched the marketplace about a month ago at the Mexico in Cologne, which is a large advertiser conference. We did, in the run-up to the show, we did a market test with a Endemol format, which is called Promi Big Brother. It's a format that runs for about 3 weeks. It's a reality show. It airs on TV, and we chose to put the content snippets, and it's owned by ProSieben. The rights are owned by ProSieben. We put the content snippets on our owned and operated platforms, which are heavily advertising fed, right? So there's a lot of TV advertising going on to them. And then at the same point in time, we put it on a subset of the Glomex publisher network, right? It's about 10 publishers. And we achieved in that time frame between 250% to 300% more views than we achieved on the owned and operated platforms. And I think this is exactly, I think, what we want to achieve. We want to achieve the ability for content owners to take their content and increase the monetization to a degree in a safe premium environment that allows them really to maximize the return on investment. That is basically my official presentation, and I have a couple minutes left for a few questions if you have any.